What's up? Philly Uncensored Sports Podcast is here on really what is an Eagles weekend. But nonetheless, the Sixers have done that thing. They may be setting a good precedent. This may mean good things ahead for all the Philadelphia fans out there. The number one seeded Cleveland Cavaliers come into the stadium in the Wells Fargo Center and get spanked. Sent them home a solid 132-129 victory. If you'd have told me the stats of Cleveland Cavaliers players before I knew what Sixers stats was, I'd have told you we'd have got blown out. Ty Jerome don't miss no threes. He goes career high.
Not today.
8 for 8 from 3. 30-something points. What do you have? 33 points, I think. 33 points, 8 for 8, shoots 78% from the field. Cleveland as a team shot 50%. You had Garland with 26, D. Mitchell with 37, and then, like I said, Ty Jerome with 33. If you'd have told me them stats, I'd have told you Sixers got dog walked out of their own building.
Yep.
But much to my surprise and delight, Paul George came to play. This is one of them games we needed him. This is one of the games this is why he's getting the big money. This is what we should be seeing a little bit more frequently than we do. Paul George comes in, shoots 52% from the field, 30 points, 11 for 21, 54% from 3, 6 for 11. Maxey fouls up plays Robin tonight, fouls up right closely with 29 points, shoots another solid 50% overall from the field. Then you had the other dudes, Oubre coming with 22, and Edwards and whatchamacallit had some big fourth quarter shots. The ball from Houston, what's his name? Eric Gordon. He stepped in. Ethan, you muted Ethan. And ultimately, we shot 50%. Cleveland shot 50%, and our 50% was a little bit better. And down the stretch, we made some huge free throws, grabbed some huge rebounds, won the game, knocked off the number one seeded team. What's your thoughts?
It was a good team effort win by the Sixers. I like what I'm seeing from Justin Edwards, too. I like how they are actually – I hear a little echo. I like how they're actually developing them.
Me too.
Feels like they're developing – both of y'all meet yourselves. It must have been 10. It feels like they're actually developing Justin Edwards, man. I like how he's coming along. Really turned into a solid player. He's lengthy. He can play defense too. He's like a mini Paul George. He's like a baby Paul George. I like it. He's knocking down his three too. And Paul George came to play tonight, man. He has been inconsistent, but we gonna see if he can take this and carry this over. Yeah, somebody got me echo.
You got to get your equipment together. I think you sound clear. You don't want to be hearing the echo. I
got me echoing.
I think it's actually Ethan.
I think it is Ethan because he always complain about the echo. He don't even want to hear echo.
Well, listen, this was a good win. Quality win. From the start, the Sixers came out with a lot of energy, which was very appreciative. Maxey came out hot, hit a bunch of 3-pointers. I think he set the tone for everybody. Oubre had a lot of juice in him today as well. And like Ethan said, the boy Justin Edwards, that's the bright spot to me for the season. What I like about him, I like taller basketball players. The fact that he's 6'7", and he's a young boy, only 21 years old. And he missed that big free throw at the end, but I'm gonna forgive him for that. He got the second one.
So does Paul George. I can't blame him too much.
Yeah, Paul George. Shout out to Paul George. Just looking at the box score, and then Ethan touched on this. This is kind of what we expected from our $200 million man. We expected these nights supposed to be more often than not. Well, we're going to celebrate tonight's win. We're going to celebrate tonight's victory. I know Lionel said, and is this when fools go, Tim? Probably, but we're not going to worry about that. We're going to enjoy the win. We're going to enjoy. We're going to be positive. I'm not bad.
I agree. I think they moved the ball very, very good. That's one thing I like what I saw, kind of to Tim's point when he was talking about Maxey, a couple weeks ago, about him kind of playing a little bit more team ball and knowing when to pick your spots and when to score. I actually saw that tonight a lot. He didn't take many bad threes. He even sometimes would have looked like he normally would have kind of did his little double step back and shot a three. He passed it. He kept moving the rock. He ended up with how many? I don't think he had that many assists. He had 7 assists, which is solid. 3 rebounds,
and a +8 from the floor.
Yeah, that's
important.
That's positive. That is positive. I actually I agree with Ethan, the young boy Edwards. I even like Downton Jr. I like the energy he came in there with, hit a couple. He actually hit a big 3 in the fourth quarter too, and he actually scored all 5 of his points in the fourth quarter. Them young energy players, you do need them dudes. I'm telling you, I do want to see more of them on the court. You see them getting loose rebounds. You see them getting steals. It was a segment in the fourth quarter where I thought we played almost perfect basketball. Us in Cleveland's going bucket for bucket, and I think in that short time span, we only shot like 1-3. Most of our shots was down low or mid-range shots. I think a lot of teams, Cleveland and Boston have great 3-point shooters, and we shot very good from 3 tonight. But for the most part, I think you need to force your will with those teams down low. Then work it out. Work your way out. Go inside, then work your way outside. Because when you score inside effectively, it opens up wider shots or more wide open looks for the 3, and your percentage is going to be higher. And that's what we did for the most part tonight. We didn't take too many contested 3s outside like the 1 in the 4th Paul George took and all that. But for the most part, our 3s is pretty much open shots that they took, and that's why you're going to shoot a higher percentage.
I'm going to tell you like this. If the Sixers keep playing like this, I could watch them. I can't lie. Them last games was unwatchable.
7 in a row.
I agree.
They were
Cleveland now dropped 2 in a row, by the way.
The Sixers playing this brand of basketball, it was more ball movement. Paul George was involved. If I see Paul George and Maxey getting involved with some contributions from role players around them, I could watch this team, but it has to be consistent. They got to be a little more.
Only 20 games below Cleveland.
It ain't even about the games below. It's about the watchability. It's about they was getting trashed. It wasn't fun watching at all.
You're right.
It wasn't fun watching at all. They looked like a train wreck. It looked like we was about to go through the process again.
No, I agree. It's a shame because my top 2 players right now in the league used to be Joel B, but now it's Maxey and Golden State, and neither one of them. I mean, Maxey and Steph Curry, and neither one of them I could really watch because Golden State been getting dog walked lately too, which been embarrassing. Bernard McCoy, shout out to you. I love Maxey passing to Yaba for those 3s in the 4th, but he has to take over because Yaba seems to miss those clutch shots. Finally, it went. I agree. Yaba took a couple back. That 1-3 at the end, where I think we is up. What were we up? Like 5, I think. And it's like at this point, it's best to try to get a 2-point shot, and Yaba jacked up. It was an open 3, but it was still a 3 nonetheless. I don't think you should be taking 3s at that point. And it almost let Cleveland back in the game. I didn't like that. Yaba actually missed like 3. He was actually shooting pretty decent from the field until he into the 4th quarter. He missed like 3 or 4 straight 3s. And to his credit, them Jones rattled in and out. Like it was almost down in the basket. It was a good shot, but he, nonetheless he missed. But our field goal percentage was incredible tonight. Like the way we shot the ball, I think it's fool's gold because I don't see Sixers shooting this good as consistently as they did. You talking about look at this. You had Paul George 52, Oubre 50%, Gordon 62%, Maxey 50%, Edwards 50%. The only person who shot bad at our starters was Yabusele with 33%. That's because a couple 3s toward the end of the game.
Yeah.
But I do agree. We celebrating the win right now.
Yeah, that's what we do. We celebrate tonight's one. We're not going to read too much in it. We ain't going to be too negative. I did hear that Nick Nurse really got into the team this week. Like he made them practice extra hard. He really wanted them to really go at it this week because of the fact that we was on that losing streak. So I think it paid off. I like Kelly Oubre, but I will say this much. I find his game to be a little bit on a selfish angle more than anybody else. I think it's because he's just thinking about scoring. There are opportunities for Kelly Oubre to make the extra pass. That's what I want to see more development from him. Like he gives you the energy.
You're not going to see more. He is what he is now. Kelly Oubre is what he is now. He's a defender though.
He does a lot of good things, but if he made that extra pass, I think that takes his game to another level. because it's like to me, it's like he was always trying to get yours, and that's why he always been the best player on a bad team. All the teams they was on that were bad, he was always the best. He was getting 18 points. I just feel if you want to take his game to the next level, try to pass the ball more. You don't have to take the shot, even if you feel it's the best shot.
Good.
First of all, he needed to. The options on his. How many options was on the team to actually shoot and score the basketball tonight? That was on the floor with him. Him, Paul George, Maxey.
He's never going to be the best player on a team. It's either going to be Paul George or Maxey.
But somebody got to take them shots. I didn't think he played that. The missed layup irritated me. He should have been better than 50%. He blew a wide open layup in the fourth quarter under the basket, which I didn't understand. But he's a slasher and a scorer. I mean, and a defender. That's all you expect from. That's all you expect from him. I don't know what more you're trying to get. You're trying to squeeze water out of rock.
I'm kind of agreeing with Ethan with this a little bit. I mean, he took 16 shots. He's averaging 13 points on the year. I actually won him around 15 to 20 points a game. 22 points a game. We needed every 22 that he gave us. Could he have swung in some spots here or there? Possibly, but I like Oubre being aggressive. I actually like when Oubre is a little bit more aggressive to me. I think it puts us in a better opportunity to win. I think when a player a lot of times is aggressive and engage offensively, a lot of times it helps them continue to be engaged defensively where we need him the most at. But
I mean, I hear what you're saying. Here's my thoughts because the Cavs, their coach is Kenny Atkinson. Now Kenny Atkinson is a really good to great coach, like offensive coordinator. He's like the offensive coordinator type for his team. If you notice, remember, I don't know if y'all recall, but he went to he actually went to the Brooklyn Nets. But when they first got to the Brooklyn Nets, it was him. He had Kyrie and Durant. When he got them, when they first got there, they was really good and they was scoring a lot of points and winning a lot of games. Then he left in the middle of the season, but he had them rolling. And then he went back to the Cavs and went back to the Golden State, had them rolling. He won a championship, another championship with them. It's like he's a very good coordinator. He's the architect of Golden State's offense. They ain't been the same without him.
All right. Let me jump in real quick. First of all, you name teams that have legitimate players. Oh man, he had Cleveland rolling.
He does.
They got Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland.
But they wasn't like how they were. The way they are this year, they wasn't like this.
Rolling. Oh, he had Golden State rolling. They got Steph Curry. What are we talking about? You still need talent, right? Let's be clear. Even if you're an offensive coordinator in the NFL, you still need talent. Remember when Andy Reid? Let me get my point out. Remember when Andy Reid had this great offense, but you know why it kept stalling? It kept stalling because he didn't have the talent to get over the hump. As great as you can design an offense, you still need talent to run it the way it needs to run, right? So he still needed T.O. T.O. took us over the top. He was the one that could make that offense run the way it's supposed to run. You still need players like that to make your offense run. So I don't care how smart or great you think a coach is.
Does the Cavs
still needs
the Cavs
talent.
The Cavs have the same talent they had last year as this year. The difference is
they still was a good team. It wasn't like there was a draft. It wasn't like there was a lottery.
Like how they are this year. Same way it was
their lottery pick.
Team. I'm telling you, you have to recognize his talent as a coach, as an offensive coordinator. He's very, very good.
Starscream said he never coached KD. He said Kyrie got him out of there after the bubble season.
He still had,
but
he had the team. He was under they all was together under Nash. For a little bit. It wasn't a long while, but he was there for a tiny bit and he had that team running a certain way. He's the
as Starscream. You want Starscream, y'all go back. I'm not sure about his tenure with New York, with Brooklyn. But I mean, y'all both right. I mean, you still need talent, but it is also, I mean, a good coach could get that talent popping. Like, we're going to talk about the Eagles a little bit because it's obviously a huge game coming up. But even with the Eagles, I think Kellen Moore could do better with the offensive weapons that we got, to be honest with you. And we got talent coming out our ears. And I don't think Kellen Moore rocking it right. Now, is it Jalen not rocking it right? Some people might say, is Jalen not rocking it right? I don't think that's what it is. I kind of think it's Kellen Moore more than anything.
Yeah.
But you do, I mean, if you got a good offensive-minded person that puts your superstars and everybody else around them in good position, it does help. Coordination does help. Even if your talent is good, you still got to get somebody who puts it all together and make it work. So, I mean, maybe he is the guy. Maybe he is. I ain't hating Cleveland is. I mean, they playing at a level that they never played at before.
It's Golden State the way they were after he left.
I mean, Golden State lost a lot of people. They lost the general manager. They lost Mike Brown, who was like their defensive dude. They lost a lot of people in their way to, during all them championships. It's like when you're a good team, you're going to get pillaged. Everybody, you go to the Super Bowl, you're going to lose your offensive defense coordinator and all that kind of stuff like that. I mean, that kind of stuff happens. So I can't necessarily say it was just him, but I'm sure it helped. I'm sure it helped him being there.
No, I respect that coach over there. I think he's the real deal.
Nah, and Donovan Mitchell, wasn't he out? He didn't even play the whole season last year, did he?
He said they fired him after after the bubble.
I think Donovan Mitchell was hurt last year. Let me look it up right now.
I mean, they still wasn't the way they've been.
Charlie, we're gonna talk about that too. That coach trying to shake my man Jalen up, talking about he hitting them and all that. We gonna
Donovan Mitchell played 50. He played 55 games last year. That tells me he was hurt.
Yeah, he was hurt.
They're a better team, regardless.
I mean, they added some pieces. Don't get me wrong. They added Ty Jerome, who I know Golden State, which they kept. Either of the
Sixers drafted him.
Yeah, I don't even
Sixers
remember.
drafted that ball.
That's crazy. But that dude can shoot. He been lighting it up all year. This is not a fluky game for him. He's been shooting the lights out all year. He's been getting more and more playing. He's like they what's the dude? Derek White. He almost on the Derek White vibe. He come in, spot up, he knock it down. I don't think he's a good defensively, but he definitely can shoot.
Listen, they got rumors about the Sixers trading away Yaba, Oubre, and what's the Bulls' son name? KJ.
For LeBron?
No, just to move them for some other. You agree with the Sixers moving them and try to restock, or stick with what you got and try to come back next season?
If you
I don't want Morey doing anything with this team.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Tim with that.
We gave him a town and he blew it. So
what's his name hurt? KJ Martin, he ain't been playing. Is he hurt?
Yeah, he's hurt.
Okay.
I agree with Tim with that. I don't want him doing nothing. I don't want him touching. You touched enough.
Yeah.
Leave it alone. We gave you a chance to be a real GM, and you blew it.
Listen, Nick Nurse gets a pass with Embiid. Does he get a pass with Embiid's injury?
No, Nick Nurse don't get a pass either.
Nick Nurse gets a pass.
Nick Nurse don't get a pass because, like I keep saying this, if you go just because you take away Embiid, you should at least be a 500 team. If you take away your best player, you should be a 500 team.
Took away Embiid and Paul George though.
Paul George been playing consistently for the last couple of months.
He didn't start the season out. Remember, he missed games and he's still not playing back to backs.
That's fair, but right now he's been more. This last 7 game series, he missed like 1 game.
I mean, your lineup has been very all over the place. You can't acknowledge the fact that Daryl Morey did a terrible job with the roster and then still say the coach needs to do better. Because Bede, I agree with Ethan. Bede he's been a no-show. Paul George been in and out the lineup and inconsistent. And Phil W, when we talk about inconsistency, if the team plays inconsistent, that's one thing because the lineup has been changing a lot. I'll give you that. Paul George himself playing as inconsistent as he has is no excuse for that, bro. You too deep in your NBA career to not be able to manufacture buckets of points on a consistent nightly basis. I'm not buying that. Maxey could do it. Maxey's been playing consistent outside of his 3. He's been playing consistent as a young player. There's nowhere in the world you could tell me Paul George shouldn't be more consistent than that. But with that being said, I do think I give Nick Nurse a little bit of a pass because of the lineup changes. Joel Embiid, your number one player, not being here. I'm not saying he get a clean slate, but I'm not saying I'm not looking to fire him either. I'll bring him back next year.
Nah, he got 2 years. Now you're gonna give him 3 years.
How long was his contract?
I'm mad about the contract. I'm looking at the coach. Like,
but you telling me that built a terrible team, so that don't affect with the coach, like the coaches and the roster and how he prepares for his games. Like that don't affect his winning and losing. You don't think?
it doesn't matter. He's still a good coach. Should be at 500. If you're telling me that because he helped pick some of these players, so it wasn't just him. He had some add-in. And he was all for no, because even Oubre said Nick Nurse reached out to him to get him in here. Daryl Morey, he was part of the process. So
Oubre, I like Oubre. You don't like Oubre?
I just think he's inconsistent to me. I thought I liked him until I've been watching him, and I realized I really don't like him as much as I thought I would. Truth be told,
PG has been all right lately, but that's my thing. I mean, what's the how many times he put back-to-back 20-point games this year? Paul George. How many times did that happen? Let me pull it up. Because I remember we was on the pod about a week and a half ago, and we went down this Paul George stat line that wasn't looking too good. Let me see. Paul George stats. Okay. I think he only did it one time this year. He did it in Orlando. He did it New Orleans, January 10th and January 12th. He did it. He 25 points each game. He had 30 this game. He had 11 the last game. He didn't play 2 straight games, and he had 26. He didn't play that. We didn't play that game. So actually, if you want to count the games he played, he actually put 3 20-point games back to back: 25, 25, and 26. But in the middle of the stats, there's a lot of missed games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Missed about 5 games out of the last. So he played about half the games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Out of 10 games, he missed 4 of them. So that's what the coach is dealing with, your star being out pretty much half the time. Your main star is gone, period. And then the secondary star is out half the games.
You don't think that the Sixers are getting frustrated?
So based off of what he did with the talent he got, you felt like he just did the best he could.
What you say?
You think he did the best he could with the available players? Like,
no, he could be better. Is it a better coach out there than him? I'm sure it is. Can we get him?
Yeah, right, why not? If he's out there, why wouldn't you be to get him?
Because he might be another team. Somebody else might have him. I'm not saying he's available. Is another coach better than him that's available? I don't know.
No, that's not what you said the first time.
Okay. No, I mean, that's an obvious question. If he's a better coach that you could just grab off a team, then yeah. But it don't work like that. Who you going to get right now? I'm
going to Sam Cassell. Sam Cassell is available. That's why I want as the head coach.
That might be a good move. I'm not even going to hate on
He would be with breaks off of Joel Embiid right now. He'd be right back in the
You got to stop. You did the same thing with Ben Simmons. All he needs is a strong black role model like Doc Rivers, and it's going to
Doc Rivers got him an MVP. He got Joel an MVP.
I'm talking about Ben. You did the same thing for Ben, thinking somebody all he needed was some voice of reason in this strong leadership role. He was going to have this 180 turnaround, and it didn't happen. It don't work like that.
Ben is a special case.
B is a special case. Ethan told us a couple years ago, B was a ticking time bomb. You only had a short window to win before he broke down. And most big men, when they break down fast. B is done. I'm telling you right now, the B you saw last year is finished.
I don't think Joel Embiid is rumors picking up a little steam that the Sixers are getting frustrated with Joel Embiid. The Sixers organization are leaving it up to Joel Embiid as far as his injury because he knows his body better than anybody else. And I don't think they're happy with they getting back. He's saying he's working to get to try to work to get to play. I told you all this goes back to the process and if Joel Embiid loves basketball, which I really don't think he does. So he's here to play, to make the money. That's what he does. And this Joel Embiid and Sixers thing is going to come to a head probably sooner than later. You can't, as an organization, when they pay somebody $200 and something million and you continually don't play. This has been years of Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid has never, in his years with the Sixers, played an entire season. I don't think he was close besides his MVP year when he played like 60 games.
Well, Joel he's untradeable right now. There's nothing you can do about it. So he's going to be here. So you got to figure out how you're going to get him. Somebody has to motivate him to play, and Nick Nurse can't do it. And neither can Morey.
Nobody can. Only Joel Embiid can motivate him to play.
Joel Embiid is done. He's cooked. His body is cooked. If it ain't a knee, it's his foot, and after that, it's going to be his back. I promise you, it's going to be his back.
I think he's scamming. There's none of that. The Bulls scamming. He just don't want to play. You got to make him play. You have to make him play.
How you going to do that?
Can't make nobody play, Tim.
You can't.
And he's locked up. He got the contract with you. You got to pay him.
That's why
you got to pay him.
And that's the number one reason why Morey has to be fired, like tomorrow, because of that. You gave this man $300 million, knowing that he has a bad knee.
SS Relabel, where you going to trade him to? Like, not that you can't. I think, and I'm speaking for Tim and myself. When I say untradeable, I'm saying you're not going to get nowhere near the value that you really should for somebody who you just paid all this money to, somebody who you drafted number 3 in the draft, somebody who you built a franchise around, and now you telling me you're going to trade them for a couple second round picks.
Would you do it for the betterment of the team? Because this thing right now is turned into a team situation. Remember, Maxey blew up on Joel Embiid early in the season. I can't believe this is over. Not with the team. I can't believe the whole Joel Embiid and how he treats the team and how he comes to practice and how much of a pro he is. I can't believe all that's over. I don't believe that.
He doesn't care. They had an intervention for him early this year. It didn't work. He was like, yeah, so what? I'm going
So
home.
do you move him for the betterment of your organization, regardless if you got to take the loss?
You can't move him, though.
First of all, you kind of winning because you ain't eating this. It's eating the contract. So it's a win. It's a loss win, right?
You can't. You can't get no value. You won't get any value from. No one is going to trade for him because who has the money to trade for him?
And he's not going. He might not pass a medical either. It's physical.
That's probably the biggest thing of them all. Can he even really be traded based on his injuries?
No.
And once you can't pass if you can't get past that, we don't even talk. Ain't even no point putting up players and you talking about draft picks and money exchange and all that. Once you can't get past the injury, you're done. You're done.
Remember, Joel had no problem at all sitting out 2 years in a row. He was like, okay, that's not about. He sat there on that bench and he laughed and shit and just chilled. He doesn't care. Don't care.
Listen. We might have to go back and edit. But my thing is, first of all, I honestly believe, you think he capping. I honestly believe he hurt. I do. I think he hurt. He's breaking that. This is not what big man how many years B been playing for now? It was like 8th year.
I think it's maybe 8th or 9th year.
He on borrowed time. Most big Yao Ming, Shaq, all these big 7'2" dudes, all this weight on them. How many big weighted dudes who lasted 10, 12 years and played the top of their game? Kareem was a slender big man, so he wasn't as big and had much weight coming down his knees and his feet and all that. I'm telling you, he be cooked, man.
He only got 4 years of actually basketball tread on his body. He has a 4 years.
Shaq was the same
way. He got 4 years of actually basketball. He has plenty of. He just.
Let me hold on. Joel Embiid played 446 games of basketball.
Not 4 years worth.
That's regular season. I ain't counting the playoffs. Let me see how many Shaq play.
He got 5 tops.
5 what? 100 games?
How much is the game? It's 400 what?
446.
So 446 divided by 82.
Shaq played 1,200.
That's 5.5 years.
No, that's not even. You are you kidding me?
Yes, that's 5.4.
Yeah, you can't compare. You can't compare the two.
That's what I'm telling you.
Hold on. Let me check Joel Embiid. Make sure I read that right. Make sure I ain't shorting him out no game.
No, you read it right, and that's including playoffs.
That's not including
playoffs.
Oh, it's not all right.
Neither is Shaq's, I think.
Look at you, Shaq. No, Shaq didn't include playoffs either.
He played 446 games and he's done, and Shaq played 1,200.
So he got 5 years of basketball experience tread on his body, and they want to tell him he's done. No, he's capping.
No, he is done. First of all,
the
reason why I bring up Shaq. Shaq is a big dude who didn't play full seasons, but Shaq was also built a lot different. Shaq was a different animal. Shaq is one of one. So let me be clear before people start. No, you can't compare him to Shaq. You definitely really can. I'm just talking about big body type dudes. He's done. I said look at dudes like what's his name? The dude who hardly never played, who Portland drafted, Greg Oden. He barely made it out of a year before he started getting hurt. The big dudes normally, how many games y'all play?
486.
There we go. That's what I'm saying. They don't make it.
Y'all mean played 1 year 82 games, 1 year 80 games, 1 year 72 games, and the last one was he played 77 games and got hurt.
Well, how many games he played in China before he got here? He probably played like 10 years in China before he even got here. He had way more basketball tread than Embiid.
Did we know that? I don't know.
I'm telling you that. Yes, we know it.
How old was y'all when he got here?
40.
He's 44 now. He was
y'all got here when he was 22. That's 22. He played his first NBA game at 20.
But you know they become professionals at 12 over there in China.
I'm talking about
now he changed the rule. Now you moving the goalposts.
I'm just telling you what it is. The big men. Look at the big men. Look at the big men for the most part. They don't.
I do understand what you're saying.
No,
I'm saying
Joel. I don't agree with that. Joel Embiid is really the only. What another superstar big man?
Embiid played 1 year at Kansas.
Hold on. Let's think of another superstar big man that didn't last long. Not Greg Oden, because he was broke.
Name him. Try to find him.
Patrick Ewing played 12, 13 years.
Patrick Ewing, Lonzo Mourning played a lot of years.
Kareem.
Was any of them 300 pounds?
Shaq was 300.
Shaq is a different animal. Joel Embiid is 290, 300 pounds easy.
Who? Oliver Miller? How long Oliver Miller played?
Exactly my point. This is why we were saying about losing weight, because we know the gravity, literal and figuratively speaking, of playing with that much weight is.
Well, whose fault is that?
It's Joel Embiid, but I forget all that. I'm not blaming nobody. I'm just telling you where he's at. He's cooked.
You know what? I blame the Sixers organization. They should have made him lose weight. You knew this.
Ron said what? Ron said, just
as long as he is in the lineup, we have a chance. Facts. I mean, we do.
What did Ron say?
But he just don't want to play.
He don't have a reason to play anymore.
He said Embiid was never the leader that we needed.
Embiid loves individual accolades.
He's done.
He got his MVP. He got his money. He got his family.
He got his gold medal.
Yeah, he got to go, but everything. Like, he's so happy about to go, but he know he contributed at bare minimum. It was him, Tatum, and the other boy, Halliburton. That's a competition he contributed the least.
Shaq really tripled Embiid in game. That's amazing that Shaq played that man games, though.
That is. Shaq was an animal. Shaq was a freak. You got to remember, first of all, you got to remember with Shaq, even when he first came to the league, he was still big, but he wasn't as big as he finally developed, later. He got bigger. But Shaq was always a freak of nature, running the floor. He was moving like he was Chris Webber. And Chris Webber was what, like 6'10", 6'9", 6'10", maybe 250. Shaq was running around like he was Chris Webber at 7'1". Shaq was crazy.
The great center. I still believe that Embiid has a lot of tread on his tires. Somebody's got to make him play.
He's showing you. Listen, history showing, not history. Embiid's history showing you he doesn't. It's showing you he doesn't.
He's saying that he's telling you that he doesn't want to play.
Wasn't his knees bad repaired when ain't that why he missed the first 2 years?
No, it was his foot injury.
And his back.
It was his foot. It was all his foot.
Hakeem the dream is he's lighter though, D-Market. He's not 300 pounds.
That's what I'm saying.
Even though B's like 2. Well, we're gonna see how long the Joker lasts. He Embiid weight.
Joker, but the thing is, Joker gonna last longer. You know why? Because Joker don't play like B played either. He played like he don't play as above the rim as Joel was playing for many years, jumping and dunking, trying to throw balls off the back of the court and all that kind of stuff like that. He ain't play like that. But at the same time, he is comparable. He's comparable. But yeah, Hakeem ain't in the same. Hakeem not in the same class. Hakeem was probably 6'11", 7 feet, and Hakeem probably weighed 240 pounds.
Well, what about Karl Anthony Towns?
How much cap?
I don't think he weighs as much as B either, though.
Go
ahead.
This is his 9th year.
He said Joker lost weight. He'd be smart if he did. He'd be smart if he did.
No, they got Karl Anthony Towns listed at 250.
What they got Joel Embiid listed as?
I think it was 280.
So they both lying.
Tell me Joel Embiid ain't 300 pounds.
No, they got B listed as 280. They got
if he listed at 280, if he listed at 280, Joel Embiid is closer to 300 pounds. Guaranteed.
And I think Karl Anthony Towns is probably closer to 275.
I don't think he's that big.
I don't think he's that big.
I don't think he's that big.
It's 7 footer.
So?
No. I don't think I could see 260 maybe give or take. But even you think about, you know how much 20 or 30 pounds is? Think about if you benching and you put 20 or 30 extra pounds on your bench, you feel a significant increase in weight. That's not nothing to just be like, oh, it's 20 pounds. No, that's a lot of extra weight on you.
Put it on squat and anything you put it on, you're gonna feel that.
Yes.
So y'all both truly believe that Joel is injured.
Yeah, I told y'all this. I told you before he needs to lose. I've been saying this for years. Joel Embiid needs to lose weight, and nobody will listen to me. I will come on here screaming about this dude needs to lose.
I was in agreement with you. I'm the one who brought up big men getting hurt with their feet and knees and all that. I brought that up 2-3 years ago.
Oh yeah, we're gonna ask this question, Phil. Phil, we're gonna put this out there. How y'all feel about that?
Oh boy, tell me.
You know he wants to come back. You know he was saying. I watched the interview too when Ben Simmons said he didn't appreciate the Philly fans. He loved the Philly fans. They love their team and how they go out for their team and their players and stuff like that. Is he trying to get? Because this is where only place he ever had success was here.
I'm gonna get a drink. I'm gonna get a drink while Tim does do his thing.
No. I mean, listen, we all know who's been what he is, but I've been saying over and over again that Tyrese Maxey needs to be. When he plays guard and he's a shooting guard, he'll benefit if he had a tall point guard right next to him.
That don't shoot.
And to me, Joel did well playing to get with Ben, and Tyrese Maxey would benefit playing with a tall point guard. So if for a veteran minimum, I would try it out, see how it worked. It wouldn't hurt.
Put the poll up. Put the poll up. I don't know how many we got watching right now, but put the poll up and see who would agree with this foolishness. I don't want Ben nowhere near this team or an NBA court for that matter. Ben is trash, bro. Ben trash. Bede and Ben should be forced into retirement, not just Bede. Bede and Ben should both be forced into retirement. Especially Ben because he's that bad. Bede just injured. I honestly feel breaking down. He's been hurt for the last 3-4 years. He's been hurt every year, and the injuries just seem to be piling up and getting worse for Joel Embiid. That's why I'm pretty sure that he's really. You don't
know that all our first round draft picks are about to be out the league.
That's crazy.
Markel Fultz is out the league. The bull. What's the bull we drafted before Joel Embiid? What's the boy he drafted? The tall boy we drafted before Joel Embiid, Okafor. He's out the league. Actually, I thought he had a little skill, but his game probably is too slow for the league now. Ben's about to be out the league, and Joel's about to be out the league.
I would rather have Fultz back. I'd rather have Fultz back than Ben.
All our lottery picks are on their way out the league in under 10 years.
Yeah,
That's unheard of.
that says poor GM.
I'll give
That's what I've operation.
I can agree with that. I give Ben credit for acknowledging he played himself with the Philly fans. I give him credit for that, but he's not him. He's not good. He's still terrified to shoot. He's not even. It's one thing to be terrified to shoot long shots like threes and long twos. It's a whole different thing to be terrified to shoot close to the basket. Once you at that point in your career, bro, you done. There's no way I would even. I mean, it's not even an inkling of consideration for Ben Simmons for me. I know Tim has been fanboying Ben Simmons for years, and that's his man for life. Tim will be forever tied to Ben Simmons. I don't care how much you try to deny him, you tied to him forever. He trashed, and he could have been great. He could have been great, and he mentally held his own self back.
He did. He did. Was it all that been said?
You're right, Charlie. You're right. He's trying to keep me with the cap. He's looking for the next contract. You're right about that.
So for 1 year,
he looking for that bag. He's trying to get that bag back.
I don't trust Ben. Ben, you'll bring Ben in here and Ben do the same thing B doing. He talking about he got back problems. He out and all. Nah, you'll play yourself. You brought Ben in here. This is bad GM, and the bad GM and that Tim talk about that's happening. He would be that bad GM because I'm telling you right now, Tim will bring Ben back, and Ben will be sitting on your bench talking about his knees and back is hurting. I promise.
No, here's the thing: I wouldn't bring him in on a max deal. I wouldn't give him $200 million extension like some people.
But still, to have him on your team, take him a roster spot is too much.
No, it's not. Still. No, it's not. You really tell me he's worse than anybody that's on our bench right now. Everybody else is better.
Yes, it's nobody I would take him over right now. I want to take him over Ricky Council, Dalton Jr., Edwards. Nobody would take Ben over. I wouldn't even take Ben over Lowry right now.
I would see that right there. He definitely would be better than Lowry right now.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Lowry ain't played all year. He missed the last 20 games.
Hey, Lionel Robinson, we gotta. I know you don't have confidence without Joel Embiid, but as an organization,
that's a good point.
As a team, as a city, we have to figure out how to move on from this dude and still make ourselves a contender. We have to. The organization has to figure this out. I'm about to apply for a job. I'm gonna send my resume in there. Send in my ad.
Ryan L. Tim definitely been sipping on something, but he been high on Ben. He been sipping Ben juice. Pause, because he been high on Ben.
Double pause.
For at least 7-8 years since Ben been here. It's quite disturbing to me, but to each his own. But
we chased James Harden out of town. Sixers fans are the worst. We chased James Harden out of town.
Did we really chase
Tim would take Ben over James Harden.
We chased him out of town for this.
What did we really chase him out of town, or did he just Morey played me?
We blamed him for the losses.
We ain't necessarily chased. We was mad at the moment, but he was more mad because him and Morey, that deal that the Sixers organization ownership chased Harden out of town.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Nobody was overly mad at Harden. We was upset we lost. It's like how you do with Jalen Hurts. You know how you say you get mad, you try to hate in the greatness, and you get when you do one or two bad passes, you go haywire on the text board and all that. That's what happened with Harden. So don't try to act like we chased him out of
town. He was happy to lose it. Nobody better not invite me over their house to watch the Sixers game because I hope they have home insurance. Because if they lose, I'm gonna tear their house up.
Speaking of which. You got that about the Sixers. I do want to talk about a quick segment before we get out of here.
Tim, you having something?
Nope.
It's what's your thoughts on this weekend's game? What's your thoughts?
All right, I'm gonna start with the Kansas City game. Kansas City versus Buffalo. I'm personally rooting for Kansas City. I don't like the Bills.
Hold on. Do you not like Josh? Do you not like Josh Allen that much?
Yeah,
you're rooting for Kansas City.
I'm a root for them because I'm rooting for Kansas City over the Bills. I don't like
personal. Hold on, I gotta let all the viewers know this is something personal because we always have this argument of who's the better quarterback, Josh Allen or Jalen Hurts. This is Tim personally want them to lose just so he can Jalen Hurts have a leg up. But okay.
So for that,
I don't think I want to see Josh Allen in the playoffs though.
You don't want to see him in the Super Bowl.
Patty in the Super Bowl. He might get more calls than Patty Mahomes.
That's impossible. That's impossible.
That's true.
Nobody gets more calls than Patty. Now they did say the video I sent to y'all did say Josh Allen actually got more roughing the passer penalties. If you combine, I think the roughing the passing penalties that they have, Josh Allen gets like 59% of Patrick Mahomes got like 47% or something like that. I can't remember the exact stat, but he got more calls on roughing the passing than Patrick Mahomes did.
They be lying on the Bills. They got a Cook is a over 1,000-yard back, and they keep saying, "Oh, he's doing it all by himself." The Bull Cook is a very, very good back. He has plenty of help over there, and they got a really solid, good defense. So they actually saying that they may be the favorite over Kansas City, but I'm rooting for Kansas City.
Where they playing at?
Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Oh, they're not the favorite.
No, they are because the Kansas City, I think they said the point spread is like, you automatically get 3 points when you home, but I think the point spread is like 2 or something. It's like right around 2 or 3.
Where's ours? Ain't ours like 4 or 5?
We 6.5.
It went up?
It was a 6.
6
because it started at 5.
It's up to 6 now, last I heard.
Okay.
But I mean, so go ahead, Tim. You talked about Buffalo. What's your Eagles prediction?
Where you going as far as Buffalo, Kansas City?
Kansas City gonna win. Buffalo don't have a chance. What I did hear, and I sent y'all the video. I don't know if y'all watched it. They said that the NFL actually brought the head referee to ref the Chiefs in the Bills game, and the Chiefs are actually under 500 underneath this ref's his refing. The Chiefs are 5-6 when he's the head referee of the game.
So he's like the bull from what's the basketball bull?
Yeah, when they bring him in, what's his name, Tim?
Scott Foster.
He's Scott Foster, the NFL. They bring him in. They said that he's not favorable to home teams, and he hasn't been overly favorable to the Chiefs. So in the video, the guy said this, it appears the NFL heard all the crying that the fans was doing, all that kind of stuff like that. So they want to put a referee who's going to call the most balanced game that's possible.
There's 2 more refs out there, though. So.
And as far as the Philadelphia
was it 4 or 3? Is it 4 or 3 reps? I forget.
It's like 5 of them ninjas running around.
There's a bunch of them all over the place.
Yeah, that's a good question. How many reps is out in the field? I know you got
the umpire,
got your line judge, your white hat.
Judge. All I see is flags flying all over the place.
Yeah. But go ahead, Tim. I'm gonna Google that. Go ahead.
All right. So as far as the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders, both teams are pretty solid, but I just think that we have more talent than them.
There are 7 officials on the field during every NFL game.
Okay.
7.
How many throw out? Do all 7 throw flags? I guess so.
Yeah, you covering.
Because you got somebody way down the end from when the passes go deep. You got your line judges. Yeah, okay.
You got your referee, your down judge, your line judge, your field judge, side judge, and back judge. That's what you got.
Yeah. I don't trust that back one. That's the one that throw the holding flags, I think.
They named 6. I don't know who the 7th one might be. I don't know.
One is like the head rep or something, right?
6.
I don't trust. I mean, Boston scares me a little bit, man. I'll be honest, man. And the young boy and Terry McLaurin make me nervous. That combination. That's something to watch.
Oh, the umpire. That's what they didn't name. The referee, the umpire, the down judge, the line judge, field judge, side judge, and back judge. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Listen. Go ahead. You scared? So you scared of Jaden Daniels? That's what you're saying. You scared?
A little bit. He makes me nervous. He makes me nervous.
I'm scared of that linebacker boy.
You scared of everybody.
He concussed Jalen last time, knocked him out the game, and he knocked out Stafford. He was knocking out.
Matter of fact, I read something. Speaking of their linebacker, they said Washington blitzes their linebackers more than any other team in the league. So
you see that DC said today or yesterday.
Watch out for that. Hurts. Them linebackers is coming for Jalen.
He said in short, if Jalen runs, they're gonna hurt him. Not hit him, they're gonna hurt him. They're trying to put the hurt on Jalen if he starts running.
Smack.
Now, all that being said, I'm telling y'all what's gonna happen. It's going to be at halftime, Eagles will be up 23-7 at at halftime. We're going to come out. We're going to get the ball. We're going to receive the ball after half. We're going to have 10-minute drives. We're going to run the ball down their throat. We're going to score on the field goal 26-7, and that's pretty much going to be the game. Washington going to try to do some stuff. They might score again, but ultimately we're going to probably end the game winning. It's going to be like 30, I want to say 31, 34, somewhere around there to like at most Washington going to get his 20 points. Our defense is not playing with Jaden Daniels. I'm telling you right now, they're going to rip his head off if he try to run. We're going to the Super Bowl.
I need them to do some stuff to Jaden Daniels that he never seen. I need him showing some defenses, some looks that you got to confuse this kid. This is first year in the league.
This is our third time playing him this year.
I know. And we 1-1. It's a tiebreaker.
This you can't underestimate them. They said 22% of the tickets has been bought by people in the Maryland, DC, Virginia area.
Mm-hmm. Listen. Hold on. Let's be clear. This ain't like they coming down to Wells Fargo. Let's be clear. When you come down to the link, you better show some respect. Tell you that right now. When you come to the link, show respect.
It's a different.
It's a different atmosphere down there.
Yes.
It can't get ugly for you fast.
But if you bought 20% of the tickets, that's a lot.
It's still 80%. It's not bought.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that they're
going to be down there deep. I mean, it could be. There's some Eagles fans down in Washington too, so some may have bought some Eagle tickets too. But Washington fans going to come in there. They're going to represent. This is a huge game. They're going to represent, and they better hope they don't lose. Because they better hope they win. They better hope the Eagles win, because if Washington win and they get in there talking greasy, it's going to be several fights that's going to break out in that joint. The disrespect is not tolerated here in Philly like that. Not tolerated. And I'm not condoning violence, but I don't condone disrespect neither. Gotta respect the man's house when you walk into it. You can't come in there talking all crazy in another man's house. That's all I'm saying. But it's going to be a good game. Eagles going to win. We're going to see you on Sunday after the fact. Game is at 3:00. Everybody get their Super Bowl preparations ready. We're bringing this thing home.
So everybody, y'all got the Eagles winning?
Yeah, Eagles winning.
Yeah, I got the Eagles winning.
I feel good. My concern is still Jalen and the knee.
Get ready for that Super Bowl live.
I think
we should have a live watch for the Super Bowl.
I don't know if my nerves can handle that as we do that. I don't know if I can handle that, especially if the game is close. I do think AJ has a breakout game this game, though. I think this is AJ Brown. I think this is playoff coming out party. I think he's going to go. Especially if they try to key. I got a feeling they're going to try to key on Saquon to keep Saquon from eating. And if they try to key on Saquon, I need AJ to be realistic.
I think we're gonna go live on Twitter or X, and then after the game, we're gonna be right here for our live. But we're gonna be live on X during the game, and you're gonna get first round.
You might be on there by yourself live.
We're gonna live though. We're gonna be on live on that.
I'll be snapping there watching the game.
Y'all gonna actually hear how Ethan sounds on the regular TV. y'all gonna get the experience of Ethan live.
Bipolar Ethan.
All right, y'all like, comment, and subscribe, hit that notification bell. We're gonna catch y'all Sunday. I think the Sixers play tomorrow. They play Chicago, so Wayne might be back tomorrow. We'll see.